2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yo guys, Josh here, and today, believe it or not, I hit 80,000 subscribers, and you're probably wondering many things, and that is, number one, what am I doing, and number two, why am I doing it? So, let me just get right into it by saying that, number one, I've always wanted to try to do Doom like Pacifist, and since a YouTuber I watch has already done that, which Decino has already done Doom like 1 and 2, most of pretty much all the levels on Pacifist, but the missions I noticed he didn't do were all of the secret levels, and that's where this comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, you've already started seeing a bit of it. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to see if I can beat all 8 in total secret levels from Doom 2 and Doom 1 on Pacifist without firing, shooting, or even punching the air at all. Harming no demons, doing no attack, not even meleeing the air, nothing. Yeah, so this was the first level. So there's a reason why I'm starting with Doom 2 first, so you will see later in the video. So this is the first secret level for Doom, and that is Wolfenstein. As you can see here, I save a lot. So basically, the main thing that saved me on a lot of time, and yeah, the main thing, sorry, I keep talking and stuff like that, looping over ADHD and stuff like that. But yeah, this right here, I'm like, oh no, I'm screwed. I'm like, hooray, and then I got it. So, so this is the first level, Doom 2, Hell on Earth, that episode, Wolfenstein. Now we were going to go to the Gross, is it? It's the second special level right after that other one if you went through the secret area. So this one, this is one of, I think there's just 2 out of the 8 secret levels are really easy to do. This one's actually really easy. Oh, and a few things I need to point out. Number one, I am not cutting anything, so I'm showing the entire run, entirety of it, no cuts. Well, the only cuts that you're seeing is when I save, because obviously I have to save, because yeah, you'll soon see why I have to save. There's a few of the secret levels that are honestly so difficult that I thought there was no way I was gonna beat them, but I did. This one is pretty easy. Just get the Cyber Demon or some of the SS guys, which I'm not allowed to say what they are. Starts with an N, so yeah, and rhymes with Yahtzee. So yeah. Alright, yeah, this level's easy. You just have to kill the Commander Keens, I think is what they're called. But yeah, the main reason why I'm doing this is for 80,000 subscribers. I wanted to do something that was pretty special and took me a while. Oh, P.S. This entire video to film took 100 hours plus of filming, beating the levels, Pacifist, oh god, and editing. This was one of the bigger nightmare videos, so this one's pretty easy. I'm like, alright, done. Gross, done. Now we move on to actually episode number 2 of Doom 2, and this was yeah. Oh, and one other thing to point out, this is actually the Xbox One kind of dang, I forget what they're called again. Ports. Yeah, that's what it is. So this is the Xbox One port, and this is actually the Xbox One redid one that is for the Xbox One only. And yeah, so this map is pretty easy. You just have to get in the correct position of hitting it right there. So yeah, you notice I save a lot, and basically I cut the video to where I actually get it, so that's why sometimes you see loading in or saving, because I somehow make it through the area right away. This was frustrating to do. All I have to say is that Doom 1 and 2 on the console ports is a lot harder than on the computer, because the dang thing moves constantly, And what I mean by the dang thing moves constantly is it's harder to maneuver for some reason. I think it's because my trigger or my trigger. I think it's because of the trigger on my remote is like messed up, so it moves on itself. So that was kind of annoying. Most of the levels you're gonna see is me kind of maneuvering out of the way, so that was annoying. So I'm like, all right, let's save here again. Gaboom. So this jump was pretty cool. I'm like, oh yeah, I made the jump. Again, this is probably one of the easier levels that I've done. Like, it's not too hard. But yeah, I really hope you guys like this video, because like I said, this video took over like 100 hours. With the filming, the editing, the trials and error. So the one previous test run that I did, and yes, before I filmed any of these maps, I did a test run with saves just to see if I could beat it. And then I tried without saves, and I couldn't beat like almost any of them without saves. So I'm like, oh crap, I'm like, I gotta hit that switch around there. I'm like, I gotta do the same technique, hit it below it. But then I'm like, you know what? Let's check, and there was no one up here. I'm like, alright, activating the spider mastermind. She's spawning in. Now, the one very good thing that saved this run is this mega sphere. If the mega sphere wasn't there, there was going to be like no way. There's going to be like no way. I don't know how nothing hit the spider mastermind, but I was able to get around her. So I'm like, oh no, don't hit me, Archvile. And I'm like, move out of the way. And then I'm like, oh my lord. And then I hit it. I'm like, finally. So now, that concludes Doom 2. So all 3 secret levels on Doom 2 can be beaten pacifist. Now we will move on to Doom, knee deep in the dead. Let me tell you this, military base, this took me almost like 15 hours to beat. This was not fun. This was not fun at all. The reason why this is not fun at all is because you know how long this section is? This is over 8 minutes, and that is me cutting out all the parts where I failed. 8 minutes it took me. 8 minutes it took me to do this. God, it took me so long. At this point, I'm like, oh yeah. You see how I went to that other door? Because, yeah, I'm like, oh my lord. I don't know how I didn't get almost hit here. You know, some of the times, I'm just like, how did I not get damaged? So, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of saves during this section here. I'm going to be honest right there. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, good. This, yeah, that you can hit. I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Man, that imp took out like 4 or 5. Oh no, my voice is starting to go. That's not good. That's not good at all. I'm gonna try to talk like this. Yeah, if you're wondering about the imp and shotgunner, why they idle, because they killed something. So yeah. So at this point, I'm like, oh lord. I'm like, what are we gonna do here? I'm like, hit those barrels. Boom. I'm like, all right, here we go. Here we go. So again, yes, I saved a lot because I wanted to be sure and I didn't want to have to do stuff again. So I'm like, alright, let's save her again. And now we get to the point where I actually make it. Now, mind you, this took me like almost 10 hours to do. This was one of the most frustrating things ever because I couldn't do anything. It's a pacifist run. I couldn't shoot nor do nothing. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, please, everybody kill stuff. Yeah, I died a lot of times. There is literally, there's almost 6 to 7 minutes of just pure deaths at the end of this video because I wanted to show you guys just the pure, yeah, just pure death. I'm like, oh lord, I'm like, goodness gracious. So at this point, I'm like, please, blow up the barrels. So I'm going back and forth. I'm saving, going back and forth, back again and again and again. And I'm like, oh my lord. I'm like, dude. I'm like, come on. You know, I should have been filming when I managed to beat this level because my reaction was like literally a pure joy. Because I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh no way, no way. Oh, and when I get to all the bloopers, there's multiple reasons why I'm gonna leave all the 6 minutes of bloopers in. Number 1, to thank you guys for subscribing. Number 2, the bloopers I left in so I can explain everything that's happening, all the changes and everything else, and hopefully a whole bunch of other extra stuff. So yeah. So at this point, I'm actually, this was the best run I had. 33 health, and there's the end switch. Here's the problem with getting to that end switch. The specters kept getting in my way constantly. It was really annoying. So I'm like, please don't hit me, please don't hit me. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to see is 3 minutes of me getting the imps to kill all of the specters so I could actually maneuver my way around them. This was not fun. This was pretty much playing peekaboo for 3 minutes, so I'd like to apologize. I'd like to apologize to everybody for this, but I know a lot of people out there, if I didn't include every little aspect of it, I know people would be like, fake. So that's why I'm including every single last aspect of it, of each level. That's why this video is so long. You know, I hate doing videos over 10 minutes, but if it has to be over 10 minutes, then yeah, let it be. Believe it or not, just this one, Knee Deep in the Dead military base, just this is almost 10 minutes. So, yeah. I'd have to say that this literally was the hardest level. It honestly was. This took so long to do. Now, I know a lot of speedrunners out there. I know a lot of people are you're probably thinking, and thanks to no comments, you can't really say anything, which kind of sucks, but, I know a lot of you could easily do this a lot quicker, like being able to make that jump, but seeing that I don't play Doom much at all, I had to make sure, and I wanted to clear out all of the specters, and I wanted to make sure that all of the specters were out of my way so I could have clear jump. Let me tell you something, it took me like 80 tries to make that gap, that strafe jump. I don't know why it took me so long, it just did. It was pretty frustrating, and this is probably going to be almost the longest time I ever talk, so excuse as the video goes on if my voice kind of dies. Oh, and also, I'd like to apologize if there's any errors in this video, like anything misspelled or incorrectly placed. I'd like to apologize for that. It's just, this video literally has almost 500 cuts in it. So, for me to look through all of them, it's just too much. It's, you know, it's just too stressful to look through it all. I'm going to piece it together the best I can, put it together, and oh boy, I really hope that this video gets like 100,000 views, because this took forever to do. I literally filmed this a month ago, and it's taken me this long to edit because of how long this is taking to edit. Like, yeah, but thankfully, the next level of our Doom 1 Episode 2 secret level, thankfully that was so easy and a walk in the park. I'm just like strolling through that level. I'm literally just sitting back watching the infight, watching the barons kill the cacodemons. Oh, and one other thing that I probably didn't mention, but you probably saw, all of these secret levels I'm playing on ultra violence, so that's kind of why it took almost 8 hours to beat this. This is on ultra violence. There's so many more imps, shotgunners, and or pinkies, specters, and zombie men than there normally would be. Pretty much, yeah. At this point, I'm like, please, everything die. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, more specters are dead. So, at this point, it's nearing the end. We are nearing the end. Oh, man. This honestly took longer than piecing together the ray gun evolution video. Like, the ray gun evolution video, that's 16 minutes. It has to be, because there's like 8 or 9 ray guns, and that was a pretty cool dodge I just did there. But yeah, at this point, I'm like, finally, all the stupid specters are out of my way. It is time. Let's do this. I'm like, let's do this. Yeah, friggin' a Dashi quote. So I'm like, alright, let's save again. Yes, I saved a lot. Now here, finally it is. I'm like, oh my god! I should have been filming my audio. I like swore. I'm like, this deserves a swear. And then, yeah, that was like 7-8 minutes of in-game time. So now we move on to the Shores of Hell, Fortress of Mystery. And yeah, all the names of the maps are on the bottom of the screen, or I might place them on the top of the screen. I'm not 100% sure. Probably on the top because it doesn't look as good on the bottom, but yeah. Yeah. So this level is very easy because there's only Barons and Cacodemons, and it's pretty easy to dodge them because there's no hit scan enemies on this one. For some reason, I had a real hard time getting the Soul Sphere there in the center of the map. I kept running directly over it, and I'm like, really? I'm like, really? Oh, this was pretty fun though. This was a relaxing thing because I'm just like, I'm like, sit back and watch the infighting. Watch all the Barons. Yeah, the Barons, I think, completely near the end of this almost destroyed all the Cacodemons, so yeah. One thing to be worried about is the one, I forget what level it is, but I ran by the Baron and he did a 60 damage melee attack, and I'm like, oh boy, I'm like, that's a lot. Yeah, look at them. They're just literally killing every Cacodemon. So I'm like, don't hit me, and I'm like, alright, there we go. So yeah, I'm just sitting, I'm like, watching the fighting go on. Yeah, wow, they're almost all dead. Yeah, look at this. I'm like, what the fuck? Wow, they killed almost all of them. Dang. Look at, I don't know what was wrong with me there. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, we're done. I'm like, time to exit this level. I almost forgot where I was going at first. I'm like, alright. I'm like, let's go. Oh yeah, I think I said this, but basically I did trial run all of these maps. Like, what I mean trial run is I tested to see if they could be beaten before I filmed, because I didn't want to film for hours and then yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. If you thought military base is the hardest map altogether, but let me just tell you something. There's a part on this level where I didn't think it was possible. You will see it soon enough, and that is this part coming up here. So you're gonna encounter a corridor 1 enemy wide. I think there's a total of 6 pinkies. One of them you can lure out. I don't know why I could not lure out any of those pinkies. Sorry about that, bumped in the mic a little bit. So the key or trick here is to lead an imp into this hallway and get him to hit the pinky behind you, because then the pinky tries to get, you know, the imp, but you're in the way. So yeah, I saved a lot here because I wanted to like kind of speed this up so we could get it. So yeah, basically the goal is here. I want to tell you something right now. This took over 3 hours to try to finally get. So I'm like, please God, I'm like, let me buy. So he hits another pinky, hits another one, and I'm like, please let me buy. So at this point, I'm like, damn it. I'm like, stupid pinky's there again. I'm like, I'm not gonna get it. I'm like, no way. I'm like, dude. I'm like, finally. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, please don't kill me. But luckily, the pinkies cannot walk past that area. So I know what you're thinking. You have 6 health. How are you going to make it past these dozen imps? Ladies and gentlemen, this also took another hour. Dodging there, I thought to myself, there's no way I'm redoing that, the hallway thing. I don't know how, but as you can see, I got melee attacked and did only 3 total damage, including armor. I got so lucky, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, thank you. You know, at this part, I made a realization. I'm like, oh no, I'm like, please say I don't have to kill the Cyber Demon. But guess what? You do not have to kill the Cyber Demon. I thought you had to kill the Cyber Demon, and I'm like, oh no, I'm like, are we screwed? Oh, you do not know the feeling. Like, honestly, you do not know the feeling of finally, just finally, being able to walk past that hallway. Like, you don't see it in editing and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna include all the the only fails I include is when I died. There's literally another like 4 or 5 minutes of me just failing at parts, including this part I somehow died at multiple times. I'm like, oh God. Oh, this level, I am so thankful for invulnerability because, you know, I think it still would be possible to make it past some of those parts without invulnerability, but yeah. So at this part, I'm like, wait, I'm like, what's this here? I'm like, oh no. It was at this moment where I had the realization that I had to do this part without invulnerability, and I'm like, oh dear God. At this point, I'm like, I made a fatal mistake. I'm like, oh no. There is so much. Look at, I'm like, I'm dead. I'm like, oh, they're gonna spawn there. I'm like, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm like, oh, dead. I'm like, really? I'm like, how am I not dead yet? At this point, I saved because I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna redo all that and die. So I'm like, there's no way this is it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I did it. Oh, this was another complete positive good one. Oh man, you know, it's something about feeling good that actually you managed to do a level. Alright, so this is another kind of walk in the park one. This is another one where you just grab the armor, blue armor. See, that's the key to all of these levels that have tons of hit scan enemies. Blue armor or megasphere. Oh, whoops, wrong. Soul Sphere, because Megasphere is not in Doom 1, I think. The one that gives you 200 armor, 200 health. I don't think it's in in the original Doom. The Soul Sphere, blue armor, and the green armor. But blue armor's better. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me saving a lot. Like I said before, my remote is really jacked. So doing these literal, like, 1-pixel jumps is something that is not easily done with a remote that moves. So yeah, at this point I'm like, nope, I'm like, not going this way. I'm like, oh lord, I'm like, great, I'm gonna die. Believe it or not, I managed to make it through like a whole section without even being really damaged too bad. I'm like, okay, I'm like, thank you. And then I saved here again because don't laugh, but I missed this jump like 15 times. I'm like, lord, I'm like, come on. I'm like, come on, man, not cool. Oh man, the position I'm sitting in now for such a long time, I'm getting like weirdly, my arm is going like kind of weird. So this one again, I ran past the Caco Demon. I ran out the door so many times because I was strafed sideways and went right through the door. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, please, please, please. I have no clue how the shotgunner didn't land a shot on me, but it's ultra violent. I was thinking I thought I would get completely destroyed, but I did not. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you're probably thinking to yourself right now, every secret level from Doom 1 and 2 is possible to beat on Pacifist. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you know, I really wanted to beat this on Pacifist, but it couldn't be done. What I mean by it couldn't be done is, you know how I said I did a trial run on all of the secret levels to see if I could beat them? Well, I could. All 7 out of 8 I could easily beat on the trial run. Ladies and gentlemen, after 40 hours and 3 total days, I could not make it past the shotgun area up top where the one switch to shoot. Now, let me mind you, the shotgunners can activate the switch by shooting him. So again, that's not the problem. The problem is there is way too many hit scan enemies on this map, and it's way too close of a quarter of a map. I wanted to do this so bad, but like I said, I spent so long, 40 hours, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't beat this on a trial run, which meant that I couldn't beat this here, but I had played it so many times and got a kind of a little bit of a strategy down. I thought I'd film anyways for you guys just to show you that. You're probably wondering, oh man, my lip is bleeding, I think, all over the place right now. I'll finish this right now. Alright, so here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing. You know, it's difficult. It's, you know, it's... I hate being defeated. I honestly really... I really hate being defeated. Like, I usually like to always post a video that everything is possible, but... man... I still can't believe it though. 40 plus hours. There is too many pinkies, too many specters, too many shotgunners, too many imps and zombie men, and there's too many Caco demons. There's at a part where there's so many I can't get by them. You're probably like, Oh, Josh, you missed the soul sphere, 100 health, way back down there when I went up this, or the area where I hit a switch. When I go up here, it opens. To the left is where I can get a soul sphere. There's one problem with that. When you grab the soul sphere, Cacodemon spawns, and all of the specters and or pinkies congregate all the way to the opening of that door, so there's no possible way of you getting out again. Yeah, this was entirely, at this point, I'm like, oh boy. At this point, you're gonna see multiple saves, multiply. God, you know, every single secret level on Doom 2 can be beaten. Every single level except Sigil secret level can be beaten on Doom 1. So episode 1, 2, 3, 4 secret levels can be done on Pacifist, but unfortunately, this cannot be done in Pacifist. So, yeah. You know, I spent, in that 40 hours of time, I wanted to see if there's any loopholes or tricks to get the yellow key, to lower the wall, like hitting the switch through the wall. I tried so many tricks. I viewed so many speedrunners to see if there's any hidden ways that I could bypass stuff. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is as far as I got after 40 hours. This room here is as far as I got. Unfortunately, this cannot be beaten Pacifist, but, you're probably wondering, even if I made it to, let's just hypothetically say I made it here. I'm not allowed to shoot because it's Pacifist. Can the shotgunner actually hit the switch and lower the wall? And the answer is yes. That right there, the tling, the answer to that question is yes. There it is open. So let's hypothetically say you have 20 health. So I killed the Cacodemons just so they wouldn't block my path. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cacodemons would be there, they'd smoke you, so unfortunately, it can't be beaten on Pacifist. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, that is it, and that brings us to the bloopers. So let's do a recap. All the levels on Doom 2, the Wolfenstein Garage, and the No Rest for the Living or something like that. Those 3 secret levels can be beaten on Pacifist. Episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, Doom 1 can be beaten on Pacifist. But the Sigil level cannot be beaten on Pacifist. Like I said, 40 hours. The best I made it to was the first switch shooting, which the shotgunner can theoretically hit the switch. Hypothetically speaking, if you got in that room, the shotgunner, hypothetically speaking, hit the switch, but like I said, there's about 4 to 5 Cacodemons waiting. So even if, hypothetically speaking, shotgunner opened that, you dropped down, ran to that other area, there's about 3 shotgunners, many imps waiting, and that's not even talking about when you get into the castle. There's more shotgunners, more imps, the cyber demon appears, so yeah. I really wanted to beat it, but yeah. It just sucks. It just did. It feels like I was defeated. You know, if this video gets, let's say, 50,000 to 100,000 or more, I might do a live stream trying to beat the Sigil level, secret level. I might try to do a live stream beating it, but that would have to get views, and then I would need help. Oh yeah, you guys can't comment, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching, and now, whilst the bloopers are still playing, because I wanted to do the recap while showing you guys bloopers and stuff like that, so the one main thing that I do want to talk about is, few things I think I want to talk about is the coronavirus. Yeah, that's kind of the main topic everyone's talking about. It's so weird though, like Ebola, all those other ones never really spread, and this coronavirus, it's reminded me of, well, I've seen people talking about, oh, the Spanish flu 1918. Literally nothing like this has happened in the past 100 years. I mean things shutting down. All sports events are shut down, all main concerts, any large gathering has been shut down for the time being. And that's pretty insane. And even viewing things from the CDC, they're like, no big groups of people could spread quicker. It's weird to see that the CDC are finally getting their job done or something. They actually have a job now. with the CDC, they actually got to do stuff now, but because rather than like nothing, no big virus is happening, CDC slowly just work on cures, and then now coronavirus, and they're like, oh dang, now the CDC's like, all right, now we have an actual task at hand. That hasn't happened in a while or something. But dang, 6 minutes of bloopers. You know, the pure edit of this video took almost 8.5 hours, so yeah. I really hope I deserve a like on this video, because like honestly, this is like the most stressful video to do because there's so many different cuts and stuff like that. Alright, coronavirus. Let's talk about YouTube and stuff. A lot of people, I did point this out in another video, but I know a lot of people are like a lot of people are messaging me on like Twitter, Instagram. They're like, where's comments? Why does YouTube say your content's listed for kids? Technically, it's supposed to be listed for kids. You know, if your favorite content creator doesn't swear and his content looks like it's for kids and you see comments, yeah, YouTube said they're soon, YouTube or CD and FTC and stuff said they're going to be terminating channels that will not follow the rules. So don't be surprised the next 3-4 months a mass of YouTubers are terminated because of not following the rules. Now, mind you, I had a channel back in 2005 to 2010. That channel was terminated due to I think I ignored the rules or something like that. So I don't want to lose my second channel. And believe it or not, this is my second channel. So, yep, just having a quick old talk. And I don't know what I did while talking to you guys, but I bit my lip and ripped like. It's too gruesome. Too gruesome. I ripped my lip open and I can taste like blood and stuff like that. So that's besides the point. That's besides the point. This, I think, is the most time or biggest video I've worked on in about like a year and a half. Like via time frame and stuff like that. So yeah, I really don't know what else to talk about. This video has been going on for quite a while. And to everybody wondering, why is this video so long? You could have cut it to under 10 minutes. Yeah, I could cut it under to 10 minutes, but a lot of people would point out the big fake, you cut all this. How did you get by this mass of shotgunners? Oh god, I am so thankful that none of the secret levels had massive chain gunners, because that would ruin my day. I'd walk up, chain gunner, and I'd be like, no. The one thing that's still I'm kind of salty about is, like I had been discussing in the beginning of the video, the reason for this video is because Decino beat all of Doom 1 and most of Doom 2 Pacifist, but he never touched any of the secret levels. So that's why I made this video, and plus 80,000 subscribers, and because I wanted to do a collab with Decino when Doom Eternal came out, but he said no, so I'm still kind of salty about that, because you know, it would have been cool. Like, the nice thing to do would say a reasoning why, but he just said no, and I'm like, huh. I'm like, all right. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, let's not get into it. Let's not get into that. So something else I bought and I never received, no message, something like that. So yeah, sometimes I just like to know why things about, yeah. So thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, just like always. Pies. What are you guys doing here still? Video's over. It's done. Can't you tell because of all the picture frames right there? Oh, there, showing that stuff. Alright.